Hi guys, welcome back to another Q&A. If you're new here, my name is Amy, and without further ado, let's jump right into the first question. These are questions that came in my Instagram story. So follow me on Instagram if you want to ask me a Q&A question next time. By Regina, do you get judgment about luxury in real life? I want to say yes, but also it's not so obvious. Like it's not in your face, not necessarily. Maybe sometimes it's more of a backhand compliment. Yeah, I know. Like sometimes I would get comments like, "Oh, what a nice bag. It's so expensive," or "Oh, what a nice bag. I can't imagine affording that." Like things like that. And in those instances, all you can do is just say thank you and just move along because there is no productivity in trying to decipher what the underlying meaning is, intent, whatever, especially if that person is closer to you, right? Like you don't want to jeopardize the relationship. And also, if people are close to you, maybe they say it in a way that doesn't necessarily mean harm, or at least that's not their intent, but they said it because that's how they really feel. And it's understandable because not everyone's into luxury. Um, I brought up the example of cars with guys because my brother loves cars. So even though he may not understand bags, but he understands cars. So I feel like if I just gave that analogy, he would be totally, you know, I guess on board with why I love bags so much. He never judged, but I'm just saying like that's just an example. So I feel like there are people that maybe not don't even love cars, even if they're guys, for example. And actually, a lot of judgment comes from female, which is very interesting. I feel like female to female judgment is sometimes even more harsh and more piercing. Like it affects you even more. But honestly, yes, but you can only just take it with a grain of salt. Like, don't even take it personally because a lot of times they may be projecting some insecurities or whatever, right? Like, it doesn't matter at this point. They're not the ones having to buy the bag. So it does not matter. Hi, Kaylee, Eric's. So where is Kat? Kat is here, but not like this is not the luxury live show. This is my own Q&A, but I am doing it live. The luxury live show is at usually at 8 o'clock Pacific time, and we do have one today. It is a members luxury live show, so I'll be on that as well later. But this is my own personal Q&A. I usually record these, like at least in the past, I usually record my Q&As like offline and then I edit it and I post it online. But these days I've been just doing it with the live stream because it's easier to just give context to my answers. And yeah, I just feel like it's a good way to do Q&As because you just talk a lot in Q&As anyway. Okay, thank you for the question, Regina. Next question is by Who is Pandora 360. She has a couple questions. What is your most used Hermes bag? Okay. Um, most used. Let me think about it because I always try to rotate my Hermes bags. I feel like the way I curate or collect my Hermes bags, I'm not a collector, by the way. I do use them, but I'll just use that word loosely. I feel like I curate my Hermes collection in a more like I try to get a little bit of everything so that I can match it with different outfits whenever possible, right? All kinds of outfits possible. And also, of course, I go to my I try to get the bags that I love the most. So which one is my most used? I don't know because I don't really use it as an everyday bag, as anyway. And whether it's quota or non-quota, it doesn't even matter. I just don't use them the same way. But if I had to pick one, just to answer this question, um, oh, I don't know. That's how bad. Like, not bad. Like, I want to be as genuine to answer this question, but I also don't know the answer because it depends, right? Like when I was in Hong Kong, I was using the Constance 18 the most. Because I was the only, well, that one and the Mini Kelly were the only two bags that I brought with me, and the Constance was just so easy. Like I was able to bring everything I need for the day. Um, it was a great crossbody as well as shoulder bag. So maybe the most recent, most used is the Constance. However, yeah. What is okay? Yeah. So I think that's my answer for now. Because yeah, I try to rotate them as equally as possible, so it's hard to really just pick one. Um, if I had to pick a second one, I suppose, second most used, I actually quite like using my Kelly 25 because I feel like it's just like just a great in between size. It's still smaller, but not so big, kind of the right size bag. I love the shoulder strap. I just love bags that can have both ways of carry. So a shorter carry, either like by the crook of the arm or like a top handle, and then a longer strap. I just love bags that are versatile. Um, so yeah, those would be my answer. I also love the Mini Kelly, but it's not my most used. So same person. What is your favorite Hermes jewelry? So, I kind of did I talk about this? Oh yeah, I talked about this in the members live briefly, and we will touch on that next week as well. Next week's topic. But currently, my favorite Hermes jewelry would have to be the ones with diamonds and the two rings that I have. So let me just give you a close up. The two rings that I have that has the most diamonds are these two. I want to say this one is my, oh, sorry. This one is my favorite because I love the white gold. I love the shape is so unique. I feel like you don't really see this design everywhere or at all. I like that it elongates and it gives like it's so interesting. Even if you see it from far apart, it just looks so interesting. I love the white gold. I love the little diamonds. It adds a little bit of shine, and then it just makes a great stack with my lock bracelet and then my wedding rings. This one is nice too, but this is this hand has a whole stack right now. I've been wearing these three rings a lot lately, just stacked like this on each finger. So it's lovely like that. But generally speaking, I will say, yeah, I will say going forward, I'll be buying more diamond jewelries instead of just plain gold. I feel like that's the phase I'm at. Oh, she has a third question. Do you recommend getting a mini rectangular Chanel classic flap? Okay, so mini rectangular. I still recommend it. I don't use mine a whole lot anymore because I have a lot of mini size bags, but I don't um I don't ever see myself selling those the two mini flaps that I have basically. Like I have a black square and I have a red kind of the raspberry red color mini rectangle, and those are just so precious to me, and they're both caviar on top of that, so they're so precious to me. They're also in a way one of the classics from Chanel, other than the actual double flap classic flaps. I feel like the mini rectangle or the mini square, they're just the most original classic. I know some people will debate the reissue, but that's beside the point. I do recommend it. I feel like if you like the bag, if it's always been on your wish list and you still want it, do get it. It's probably one that you won't regret. And even if, let's say, because usually with like everything else, with new toys, new bags, new whatever, there's always a honeymoon phase at the beginning. So you'll always end up using it more, or you feel like you love it, you'll never get rid of it, which, right, it's always how you feel at the beginning, right? But with the mini flaps especially, even if you stop using it as much later on in life, I feel like you will still love the bag, you just won't use it as much because then you have other things that you want to rotate more. or rotate with as well. So it's one of those safe bets, like safe items to get, and they're classic. And I feel like you won't regret it, even if you end up wearing it less down the road. But I'm sure at the beginning you'll always want to wear it as much as possible. So yeah, I definitely recommend it. By Rianne, is there any other non-quota bags that you're interested in? If so, what color? Yes, I have. I mean, it's kind of on my wish list. I told my essay I would love, it's not the issue I have with non-quota bag is that they do delay, like once you get one, if you get offered one, they do delay your actual quota bag. So I'm kind of afraid to ask for one right now because I'm still waiting on an actual quota bag. It's been since 2023 because a lot of people don't count the constants. So let's not count the constants. But if you do count the constants, I guess it's been early last year, right? So anyway, to answer your question, yes, there are non-quota bags that I'm interested in. I'm still interested in the mini bolide. I want it in a light color. I didn't specify the color because I'm also kind of picky with the leather. I love it in chèvre, and I know they don't come super often. So I'd be open to whatever is available then, whenever that happens. So I'd be interested in that. But like examples of color, right? Any kind of white color family, light gray color family, and even the new pink rose darling would be so cute. Again, if I just to stay with what I like my kind of my luck with colors as well as my buying pattern, I would say white or light gray would be my first choice for sure. Other than that, I would not, yeah, I would not say no to another Picotin 18 because it's one of those bags that is super affordable, really easy to use, and it's also quite cute. Like it's such a simple bag. I have one already. It's also in black, which is why I would love a lighter color. It's one of those things that I wouldn't mind getting another one because it's also a more affordable choice. So those would be my pick for non-quota bags. Thank you for your question. And I'll get to your comments later, guys. Hi, for the love of bags. Yes, I am here on my Q&A, but let me, because I got so many questions thrown at me this time. I was kind of surprised because last time not too many people responded, and then this time I had 4 pages. So let me just try to get through them. Just a girl in Paris. Hello. I would love to see your video with your Hermes handbag collection and thoughts on them. It's coming. I was already planning to do this video, so I will be working on it. I can't promise a date, but I am working. I will be working because it's on the pipeline. I already know I'm gonna do it. I have to do one for my Hermes collection and so update it, and then another one for my Chanel collection because both my bag collection has changed a little bit since my last collection video. But if you want, you can watch my last one first, and then when I post my new one, I'm gonna try to do it as soon as possible, maybe within the 2 weeks. Then you can see the difference and see what the. But thank you for the request. I am definitely gonna give my thoughts on them as well because even my thoughts on the bags have kind of changed, and you'll see. Yeah, like you'll see how it changed, and then the reasons why they may or may not be there anymore. Do you know how SO is allocated in Vancouver now that you have BKC? What's next? Yes, I agree. I was thinking the exact same thing. After BKC, SO is next, right? Or at least I did mention to my essay that I would really love the experience. I don't know how they're allocated. I couldn't tell you that. All I know, and is because I have friends that have had the experience of doing SOs in Vancouver. I have a couple friends. their experiences are totally different. So I have one friend who she's been with Vancouver's, like she's been a client of Vancouver store for at the time I think it was 6 years already, and then finally she got offered a special order because I guess at one point you're gonna be like, well, I don't even know what I want anymore, right? There's nothing that special that I would want. So anything that could top that would be a special order. I don't know if she actually requested one or if she asked for one. I would think so. But she got one. Yeah, she got an SO after being a client for six to seven. I don't remember exactly the number, but like it's at least 6 years of being with a loyal client at my store. The other friend, um, I don't think his journey was as long, but it was still, a few years. And his wish list was for the gray color, and they just never had that color bag that he wanted come in. And so I think after waiting for another year and a half after requesting for that bag, which never came because that color I guess is kind of hard to get, then his lovely essay was able to offer him the SO just to make the exact combo he was able to make. So I honestly don't know how they're allocated. I feel like there's that's how I feel. I feel like there's no uniform process because I feel like each essay has their own discretion. Um, I also feel like our store, I don't know if they're stingy or they're maybe just not allocating as many SOs yearly. I don't know how many are allocated yearly either. So, like, these are things I just don't know. I feel like your best bet to try to get one is just to tell your essay that you're interested. That would be the best bet. Like, you just never know. You may not get it. You may have to still wait for a while, but if you don't ask, you just don't get either, right? So I feel like that's just one of those things. I don't know. Actually, I don't really know. But if you're interested, I would just ask because I did ask. Well, I did say that I would be interested. So we'll see when that happens. Just a girl in Paris. Oh no, so we just answered all the questions on this first page. Let's go to the next page. Close window. Let me open the next set of questions. Okay. Okay. Share screen. All right. Question by Steph Louis. What is your favorite jewelry piece from? Oh, we just answered that question earlier. So same question. Right now it would be this ring, but I do have a wish list with more diamonds. I mean, I tried it in Hong Kong, right? If you guys watch my Hong Kong vlog, please go and watch my Hong Kong vlog because I did some shopping there, and then I also show you a lot of the city, and um, you'll see, right, what I tried when I was shopping at Hermes there. I tried on a lot of their bracelets. Actually, I think there's a question about the bracelet, so let's answer that after. But I tried a lot of their bracelets because Hong Kong, being in Asia, they are more likely to carry the very small size, the extra small, because in Canada, I've never come across it. Which is sad because that's the size that I need. So I was able to try on the extra small in Hong Kong a few times. I was so tempted to get it, but at the same time, I don't have a long-term relationship with the stores there. And if I committed to that bracelet, like if I bought those bracelet, I just don't know if the essays would really be able to, because if I bought that, I would want to get a bag too. Of course, there's going to be other things too that I would buy. Like maybe I'll buy more ready to wear because I already bought some shoes at that point. But I was just there not long enough to create that kind of relationship. I just was too I was afraid to drop that kind of investment. Like a bracelet is quite expensive, right? So I wanted to just spend that with my local store, knowing that I can wait for an offer. So anyway, I didn't end up buying, even though they did have my size. So I am a bit of a pickle with that one. Anyway, we'll answer that a little later when we get the bracelet question. The love for blush. I'm curious and would love to hear your thoughts on friendships on YouTube. Oh, um, I think it's great. I actually, well, okay, it's two-sided, because anything on the internet, you just never know, right? There are some crazy people out there, but I feel like if um actually, yeah, there's always two sides of a coin, right? Like you'll always meet some crazy people, but you'll also meet some really nice people. So that's what happened to me. I met so many amazing content creators in person. We've become friends. We sometimes hang out in real life, where we would travel and meet up. You guys already know I meet up with Kat a lot, but I've also met up with some local content creators here, and it's just amazing. Like I feel like you don't have to have everything in common, but just that you have a few things in common, and you watch them, you get to know them from their videos, from chatting behind the scenes. It's a great way to create new friendships and to maintain new friendships, because as an adult, and when after high school, right, I feel like you make most of your friends, long-term friends, in high school, and then after that it's pretty much like you see them and you never see them after you graduate. I feel like that's how it happened to me. Like I don't really, some people may be able to do that in university. For me, it was definitely my best friends, and the friends that I still keep in touch are the ones that I met in high school. So, life happens, right? As you become older and you have your own life with your own family, you create your own family. So I feel like as you move on, and then even your interests and your life direction is very different from each other. So it's hard to find a common ground to be able to be relatable. So I feel like the friendships that I was able to make on YouTube with other content creators, the ones that do work out, I mean, the ones that just click, they are amazing. Having said that, there are also friendships that I made with people that I don't really see. So subscribers or people that show up on my DMs or on the messages on videos or even on the chat right now that I love chatting with. And yet I've never seen their faces. And I may, if I'm lucky, I might see one photo of their profile if they post it. It's like, to me, those are more like it's another layer, right? That you don't really get to see they're more inanimate, right? It's like a 2D, it's either a 2D or just like a thumbnail, an avatar that you don't really get to see their manners, personality, not like actual content creators who put themselves out there. So, but there are people like that, subscribers, right, that I do meet virtually that are I can call them friends. Like they're just so nice. It's nice to talk to them as well. And similarly, it's the common interests and the common love for these things. And sometimes it's not even that you have to love the same things, but just that you understand each other and why you would buy these things or appreciate these things. So I love that. I feel like my life has totally changed ever since I decided to come on YouTube. And having said that, I just had my 10th year anniversary on YouTube yesterday. I posted my first vlog. So that's how I started. I posted my first Hong Kong travel vlog yesterday, 10 years ago. It's incredible. So if I didn't if I didn't come on YouTube, I wouldn't have met all these great people. And I'm talking to some of you here on the chat as well. Um, from Steph Louis as again, what do you think of the Kelly chain bracelet? Okay, there you go. So that's the question. I love it. I tried the Kelly chain. I tried the Kelly Gourmet. I tried both in white gold, in yellow gold, um, a couple times, to different times because I went to all the. Pretty sure I'm pretty sure I ended up going to all the Hermes stores in Hong Kong, and they have a few there. Hong Kong is this small, right? It's not that big, but they have so many stores. It's pretty amazing. So different stores had different stock at different times, but I'm pretty sure most of the time I was able to try it in the extra small, which is the size that fit me to the T. Like there's just enough room to move around like this, but not twist. Oh, it's so good. One time I tried it in the standard size, so that's too big. That's the size that we typically get here. That's the smallest size that we typically get here in North America. Um, I love it. I love both. I think I love the Kelly chain more because my wrists are pretty dainty, but I tried the Gourmet as well. And the Gourmet, just because of my dainty wrist, they just looked a little bit more masculine, which is not my vibe. I definitely prefer the Kelly chain. So I love the Kelly chain, and I would only get it with the diamonds. Not the full diamond, but at least the pavé, the front half pavé. Oh, it's so dreamy. It's so expensive. And I have tried the Kelly chain bracelet a couple times in Vancouver as well, but they only had the standard size. I guess the standard small size. I don't know. It's called SH, right? The short size. Um, and I was this close to buying it every time, and now I'm just regretting maybe I should have bought it because I mean my essay said that I could buy it and send it to Paris, have them adjusted, remove a link. With you have to pay a fee. It's not free. So if I had done that the first time I tried the bracelet, even though it would have costed me money to send it away, which I know is silly, it would still be cheaper than buying it now. So I don't know. I do wonder if I should have bought it back then. But anyway, it's still on my wish list. It's one of those pieces. I feel like if when I get that one, because I definitely want the bracelet. I've always been wanting it. It would be my favorite piece of jewelry from Hermes. Tracy, are you eyeing any bags outside of Hermes and Chanel, although you may not you may not go for them? You know me so well. Am I eyeing any bags? Not actively eyeing. I you know, I can get distracted. I can like other things as well. But I'm not like ever actively eyeing anything. Of course, when the Murakami collection came out, I was definitely like, ooh. Or whenever there's like a new bag. I think the other day, because I bought a Prada bag once, right? So they have me on their mailing list. I saw the email that now they have the new oh, what's the name? It's like a pretty short shoulder bag, like armpit bag, but it's made of all leather. It's actually quite nice, at least from the pictures. You know, I get distracted whenever I see things like that. But like you said, I I'm more likely to not go for them. I think just you guys know me, right? By now, you probably know me. I just stick to Hermes. I stick to Chanel. I just know when I stick to those two, I am not only like I'm well within my comfort zone. I know I will wear those bags, and it doesn't mean that there's gonna be no mistakes ever. Even if I stick with Chanel and Hermes, there may still be time where I feel like, you know, maybe I don't like I may not keep a bag forever, but I still feel like I would wear them more if I just stick to those two brands versus trying to diversify too much. Yeah, because I don't think I'll be buying. I don't think I'm interested anyway. I'm not interested in buying any more Fendi or Celine or Trying to give examples that I used to buy. I I I would never say never. I do think I can definitely get distracted enough with LV or even Prada. Sometimes I don't know why. The Prada nylon still kinda piques my interest sometimes. I just love the lightness of it, the nylon. So Prada is gonna be the nylon if ever. And then, with LV, it's just it has to be a really cute style. It's most likely gonna be a canvas bag if I ever get distracted, but yeah, I try not to. Good question. Mini footprints. I already answered this question. I can't remember which Q&A, but there was a Q&A. It could have been last one, it could have been the previous one, but I'll repeat. Did you have to pay customs taxes for your purses from Hong Kong? Yes. It's best that you declare all your purchases when you cross the border. I mean, you're supposed to. It's not just best. You're supposed to declare, especially with the Canadian customs. It's quite stringent. The issue is not that you you can save a few $100, I guess, right? If you don't declare, but like the bigger issue, the bigger risk is that if you did not declare or you forgot to go declare, right? And you get caught, that's the worst scenario. You never want to get blacklisted so that every time you cross the border, either by land or by air or by boat, they will always stop you at customs. They will always want to look through your stuff and whatever, like nightmare. You just don't want that. Also, I'm a trusted traveler. The last thing I want is to get that revoked. And apparently, maybe not for not declaring stuff. I'm not sure, but I've heard stories where because I read that somewhere. It's a true story. So there was, I think it was a guy, uh, or it's a person, not a guy, a person whose ex girlfriend's friend had some drugs on them, or they I can't remember. It was definitely a friend's friend, so like an ex-friend or something, and they had some substance on them when they were crossing the border. I think it was by land though, like by car. And because of that, they not only revoked their nexus, but they also revoked it's either the ex's or like the ex's boyfriend, so the ex-ex. So, like, that it's kind of like a few degrees of separation, and they still revoked everyone's nexus. So you just don't want that to happen. It's just not even a thing. Like, just declare everything. The more upfront you are, and that was my tip also when I answered that question previously, the more upfront you are, the more prepared you are. Like, literally have all your receipts and numbers, and like, if they ask, just have them and give it to them. They'll be more likely to be lenient and sometimes even let you go, or they might just charge you the minimum, which is just the sales tax versus sales tax and then duties, which is can amount to 30+%, which is crazy, right? So I'm always just very upfront, and I just I do all my calculations beforehand before I get to the customs. But yes. Tracy, another question. What are your next potential travel destinations? Good one. Nothing planned yet, but definitely I would love to go to Australia. I would love to visit my best friend of high school that I haven't seen how many years now? 2025. Last time I saw her was, I want to say 2014. I think it was 2014. No, 2013, because she came to my wedding. And I went to her wedding the year before. It's over. Wow, it's been 12 years since I saw my best friend the last time in person. So I would love, love, love to go to Sydney, Australia. Um, I was supposed to go. I was actually looking to book tickets, but it was right when the pandemic happened. So that didn't pan out. And then ever since then, didn't plan it. Another potential travel destination, definitely Hong Kong is in the pipeline. I think ever since, I mean, I do go to Hong Kong, not super frequently, but I do love going to Hong Kong because I have basically all my mom's side's family there, like every single person. They're all there. So it's lovely to see everyone. I want to try to go more often now. Maybe not every year, but I'll try as much as I can to go as frequently as possible whenever my mom goes. She usually goes every 2 years. Um, Other than that, I still love Hawaii, so it's just one of those things. Right now, traveling to the US is, it's not dangerous, but it's a little more nerve-wracking because you hear stories about what happens to people getting detained and confiscating devices and things like that, and it's just crazy, and you just I'm not, like, scared, but, like, my I guess I travel with my husband usually, right? He's more kind of like, "Oh, they do that," and then he's just deterred from going, and it's hard to convince a person who's more he's not pessimistic, but it's just hard. Um, but I would love to go to Hawaii again. I love Hawaii. It's just one of those, regardless of customs, right? It's just one of those places that in the world that is super safe because the culture there, like everyone's friendly. The culture is very aloha, and everyone's just chill. The food is great. I love the fresh fruits there, pineapples, mangoes. Everything's so good, and shopping is good too. Not as good as Hong Kong. I mean, it's different, but it's still pretty good. It's just great. Like Hawaii's so safe, so that's one of those things that for me it would be. I would love to go as often as I could. Okay, manifesting things. Will you request for a Kelly Pochette? Can you hear the desperation? Um, I have requests. I mean, request is such a strong word. I have mentioned to my essay that I am interested, but every time I do mention the Kelly Pochette, I'm kind of shot down. And I don't know if it's just because my essay is really trying to manage my expectations, which I know is their job to do so. Apparently, allegedly, Kelly Pochettes are very, 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 very far and few in between. Um, Apparently, even my own essay doesn't really get to see any come in. Maybe it's just a timing thing, I guess. Like she's maybe seen it like once in a few years, something like that, along the lines of that. So I have mentioned it. I just don't think I'll ever get one. I mean, not never say never, but I just feel like it's one of those things that if it's meant to be yours, it'll be. And if it just so happened that when you do ask again and again and again, and if they do happen to actually have one and they are able to reserve it for you, then yeah, it would be it would have to be one of those scenarios. It's just it feels that hard to get here with this particular bag. So I'm not even sure how I would get one because I am interested for sure. And I don't know if I can actually request for one. I just don't feel like it's possible. Dr. Purr's time. When do you think you will reach Ms. Peace? If it's even possible. And I think there's a part two of her question. So let me just go to that. Her Okay. Let me share my screen again. There you go. Her follow-up is, I am trying to tell myself I am at Hermes first piece. Um, that's so funny. Um, do I think it's ever possible? I'll give you the answer that I truly feel every time you reach a certain point, and then next thing you know, it just changes. So, um, especially okay, so when I decided to embark on this journey, right? I decided that, I'm just gonna get a Birkin and a Kelly and then that's it. Like that's it. I'm gonna stop. I truly believed that I would be able to do that. I truly believed at that time that that would be it. Like that's it. I'm gonna be great, and that's all I'm gonna need. And that's the extent of my my whole investment into this very, lengthy, crazy, and expensive journey, right? Um, but every time you reach your wish list, so after the Birkin, then you'll want the Kelly. Oh, well, at least I knew I wanted Birkin and Kelly, at least. But like after the Kelly, the 25, then I'm like, oh, maybe I do want the mini Kelly, even though the mini Kelly sounded so ridiculous before that. First of all, everyone knew it was very hard to get. And second of all, it's such a tiny bag. What could you possibly put inside? Like, what could you possibly need one for? I truly believed that before. But then once I got the Kelly 25, then that's when you're like, oh, I do want to continue and I do want to try to get the Kelly, the mini Kelly. And you're just like, okay, well, I'll try to get the mini Kelly, and then that's it. Uh, we all know where this is going, right? It just never ends. Every time you'll just have a new wish list. Because let's be real, even though this journey is not for the faint of heart and it's not easy, um, you do really, I don't know. I think it will be hard to for some people to understand, but I'll try to explain it as well as I can. It's one of those things where let's not just even use handbags as the example. Let's just talk about like a job or like an assignment, right? Like every time you work so hard to perform and to get everything right, get the highest marks, or just get the job done really, really well and get all the praises, then the award or the reward or even the confidence and self-satisfaction that comes with it, you just appreciate it so much more, and you want to keep going and you want to keep doing it again, and then try to surpass that. So I know it's not really the same thing, but that's how it feels. Okay, like with each wish list that you eventually achieve and you get, even with all the things that you purchase along the way, even those things I appreciate. And so, yes, we do complain about this journey being hard, da, 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 but in hindsight, everything is worth it. I mean, yeah, there are still going to be some legitimate complaints here and there. For example, I did mention that my constants kind of derailed the timeline of my next quota bag, and it's still being derailed. So was it the best decision to try to get the constants after my BKC, after my BNK? Should I have continued to just keep on doing BNKs? Maybe, but you never know. Like it's just hard to go back in time, right? You can't do it. But to answer your question, is it possible? My answer is no. I truly believe that now because, like I said, I used to believe that every time I'll be definitely content. I'll stop. Now I just don't see that. I feel like it's hard to be really it's really hard to really stop unless you're just you're just that disciplined. You just know what you want, and then you know that that's all you're gonna need. But I thought I was this person. I thought I was like, I just need a Birkin and a Kelly 25 and maybe a mini Kelly, and I'll be done. No, I still want more. So that's my true and honest answer. What can I tell you? It's never ending. You guys will know if there's an end in sight for me because by then I'll be talking about it, right? On one of these videos or Q&As. But that was a great question. Okay, Amy Chen, which non-neutral colors would you like in a Birkin or a Kelly? Yeah, I thought about that. I'm not likely to want a non-neutral. From like truly, that's how I feel. But I'll just entertain the idea. I think I would be happy with a really nice, like the perfect fuchsia pink or fuchsia red. I would be happy with one with that color. Because you said non-neutral, so basically no more grays, no more taupe, no more black and white. Those are all neutrals, so that pretty much eliminates everything I would go for normally. So yeah, that would be the only non-neutral I would accept. And I think it would be really cute to get it in a, I want to say Kelly 25, but retourné. That's my guess. I thought about the color rouge ash before, which is the burgundy color. I don't know anymore. I feel like if I'm gonna go for color, I'm just gonna go for a bright fuchsia because that's, you know, fuchsia or like a red, like a true red, right? A true, I don't know what to call it, a true bright red or a pinkish red. Those are the colors that I really like. I don't necessarily buy them in a bag, but I just really like that color. I like looking at it. I like wearing it. Um, yeah. Oh, actually, now that you ask and I just thought about it, I would actually entertain. Again, I'm more likely not to do it, but I will entertain a great blue. Like I know I said I don't like blue, but you know what? It's not that I don't like blue. I just find blue a little hard to style, but I actually like looking at it. I'm thinking of the color Blue Hydra in Chev because I still keep thinking about the mini Kelly that I was able to review a few years ago, Luxe du Jour. They collabed with me and asked me to basically talk about their services, right? So like I was able to um, get a loaner, the mini Kelly in Blue Hydra, and at the time I also see fuchsia. At the time I also loaned their mini Lindy in Swift, and it was in the color Rose Mexico. So both those colors, I still think about those colors. They were so nice. And I just kind of rewatched that video, those videos from before, because I wanted to look at those colors. And I just like, I'm just mesmerized when I look at I'm mesmerized with my own video. It's not really my video. I'm just looking at the bag, but like, I'm just mesmerized by those colors because they're so vibrant and they do complement my skin quite well. Those very sharp, contrasting colors for me. I don't do super well with like middle colors, like muddy colors. Um, so yeah, those would be the ones. Great question. Okay, Spencer and Jam. Do you ever get sick of luxury? No. Um, I was thinking about your question because I was trying to think like, is it possible to get sick of for me, right? Is it possible to get sick of luxury? And the answer is no, but I can see where or when you would feel that way, although it's not necessarily that you're sick of luxury, but maybe there are things that are happening because life happens. So for me, for example, right, I do have like I'm grateful for everything, but one of the challenges, my biggest challenge is my health challenges. And whenever I'm going through a flare or a lot of pain, I just I lose interest in everything else. I just feel like, oh, life is over and it's sad. And I just get in a very low mental state. I don't ever show or talk about it here on this platform because the reason why I started this platform is just to get out of that. So I don't talk about it. I don't really talk about the hard stuff, but it does happen, unfortunately. And so whenever I'm in those like very sad state, and just low energy, low mental psychology, then in those instances, in those moments, specific times, moments, I do feel like I'm tired of everything, like nothing is worth it. And the last thing in my mind is luxury. So I do feel sick of luxury in those times, but it's not because inherently I feel sick about it. Do you know what I mean? It's because of other things that are happening in life. So everyone has challenges, right? You have your own challenges and everything. So I feel like those are the times that I feel sick of luxury, but it's not really because I'm feeling sick of luxury because when I bounce back, then I'm fine. So I hope that makes sense, right? Like that's my best way of answering this question because I truly don't think I ever can get sick of luxury. I mean, I'm not so I don't think I'm so indulgent anyway. I'm quite careful and considerate what I decide to add and not add. So I feel like for me, I'm uh like if I ever get overwhelmed, then I do something about it, right? You guys see it. I would either rehome certain things if I'm really overwhelmed. Like, I do something about it. And then I will get back to okay. So I don't ever feel, even in those instances, I don't feel sick of luxury. You know what I mean? It's more like, okay, I went overboard. Let's do something about it. Let's remedy that. But yeah, that's my very long answer to your question. Okay, Callie Kate, how often do you go to see your essay at the Hermes store? Yeah, I used to go quite often. Mind you, I've been shopping with my store for 5 years now. So I used to definitely go very often, like once a month, sometimes more than once a month. So I average out at least 12 times a year, like at least, right? Now it's not so fixed, right? It's not always once a month. Now it's more like whenever I really have something to buy, then I will reach out. And then or I just feel like I really want to just do a shopping spree. Usually it's just because I have something I saw on the website, or I know there's something that is really hot and new. I really want it, like those Kiara shoes. When I saw those on the online, yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw those online first on the website. I didn't even see it on Instagram. I literally just saw it online. The first thing I did was reach out to my SM, like, do we have these? And they have, but then they don't really have all the sizes, so I just went and tried them on, whatever they had, and luckily I was able to pull off one of the sizes they had. It wasn't even my true to size, but it's just like, yeah, now it's just whenever I need or whenever I want to buy something, then I go. So not super often. I would say it still depends. I feel like sometimes because there's things that I want, several like new things that I want, and it just so happens to happen in the same month. So I could see my essay maybe 2-3 times in that month, but I could also not see her for 3 months at a time. So it just depends. Spencer, what card holder are you using? So I will show you. It's always the same one. Oh, wait, I put it away. I will get it before I end. Oh, no, wait, I'm answering this question. So actually, let me get it. I don't want to be lazy. I'm back. Okay. So this is the card holder I am using, have been using, never switched out of it. I feel like I've been using this ever since I bought it. And I mean, it's probably not like the day I bought it, but I feel like it looks like the day I bought it. It just is so good. This was the 19A Egyptian Karl Lagerfeld collection. He had a bunch of this emboss. This is emboss, right? So this is not real crocodile skin. It's embossed calf skin in a croc print, but it's all gold, reflective gold. This is the card holder I've been using since, and never changed out of it. Never had any need to buy another card holder, wallet, whatsoever. I put my cash in the middle here. I love this one. I also love the color because it's so crazy good. Like, it's so nice. And it's really wearing very well. Like, there's no problems even on the... Can you see? The corners are great. I mean, I do take care of my things very well. So this is 100% already worth every single penny, every single one. So that's the one I've been using. So this is the Chanel card holder from a very, very limited edition, because this was one of the very iconic collection from Karl. I just love it. I almost wonder, I don't do that, but like, I almost wonder if people at the time would just end up buying more than one just to have an extra one, because this is how good I feel this was. I love it. Okay. Oh, favorite bag. Only one. Here, you guys are moving. Sorry about that. Let me just try to not touch the table. I think my floor is moving. Okay. Oh, here. This is my favorite bag. If I could only pick one, I truly always go back to this one, because I actually was just using it, and then I also use it a lot. This one, and then there's the same bag, but in the small size, is a very close second. So the mini size 22 is my favorite bag, literally. It's so good. So let me tell you why, right? I mean, I've already talked to your guys' ears why I love this bag. But truly, okay, this bag is a vibe, okay? Literally, crossbody chain, so you're hands-free. Or I just love the top handle. Just diverse. You're able to be very versatile. Love that. Second of all, it's light. The mini size is quite light. And although this is called mini, it is actually a very spacious bag. I just am able to grab everything I need. So this is why this is my most used. And this is why this is my favorite. It's such a favorite of mine that I ended up buying it in silver because I needed a summer color. This is how much I love this bag. So if I could only choose one, it would be the Chanel 22, hands down. The small I also like, but that would be a close second because I do feel that with the small, so the small is only a shoulder bag. I do prefer that one in the winter time, because usually in the winter time my coats, winter jackets, they're puffier, they're more bulky. So I like just putting over my shoulder. With the weather warmer, I prefer the mini. I also like that the mini is just lighter. It's just one of those things, like if I could only have one, definitely the mini, but the small is a close second. I know it's not an Hermes bag. It's like literally the 22 is my favorite bag. It truly is. Here's a fun question. I haven't been asked this a long time ago. Share your skincare routine and hair care products. How do you style your hair? Oh, thank you for asking. I honestly am the laziest person. I truly am. I'm the laziest person. So I always find it, maybe I find it a bit timid for me to answer these questions because you would be scared. You would be like appalled by how lazy I am. So my hair care is I only wash and condition. I don't really do anything. And I do style it though. So this is third day hair, is it? When did I wash my hair? Let me think back to the actual day. I can't think right now. Where did I end up going? Let me think. Uh, this is my fourth day. Actually, this is my fourth day hair already. So you see how like I have some loose curls, but they definitely lost most of the volume because it's my fourth day already. I'm so low maintenance. So on Monday, the Monday night, on Monday night before going to bed, I washed my hair and I conditioned. I use all natural products. So I use the shampoo from this company. It's called Nuco. And this company is from Alberta. And they use broccoli extract. So anyway, this is the eye cream, but I use the same brand shampoo. And it just has like tea tree. So very like not fancy shampoo, although it's a little expensive because it's like a natural kind of like I guess they use broccoli, which is medicinal. Like, is this broccoli seed or no? So sulforaphane. So they use the extract in the products, which is why it's more expensive. So I use that to wash, and then I just use a conditioner, not by the same brand, but it's also a natural company from Vancouver. It's called Karina. So I just use their conditioner for like what's the word, deep nourishing one. Like there's just two lines. There's the light and then there's a little heavier. So I just use that because I have long hair. And then I just dry my hair and then I will put some curls. But usually I used to do the whole head, but now I just do the front part. Like I literally just curl just like this much and then this much. I just curl these front parts and I just go to sleep. I literally don't do anything else. Oh, I do put a C curl at the bottom of all the other hair, like the back hair. I also cut my own hair. I mean, I'm so low maintenance. I don't have a ton of hair, so my hair is quite easy to manage and to cut. And I just go to bed and I wake up and I don't even brush my hair. So that's my hair care routine. Like I said, you would be appalled by how lazy I am. Maybe lazy is not the right word. It's just basic, very basic routine. For my skin, so actually my skin's been acting out a little bit ever since I came back from Hong Kong. I had such good skin in Hong Kong. It's so incredible. I don't really know what happened. I mean, I think I know because the weather changed and the humidity was so drastic because in Hong Kong, the humidity was so high, and I have such dry skin that I love the weather there. My skin loved it. It was beautiful. My skin was glowing and blemish free. It was great. And then the moment I came back to Vancouver, it started breaking out because my skin was so dry. And now it's better today, but anyway, my products that I use, I started using the Kiehl's low, what is this called? Micro dosing retinol. I never used retinol before, so but one time they invited me to do their skin consultation, and then they recommended this product for me because apparently you should be using retinol as soon as you think of it, like in your 20s. I never used it. I just started using it this year. And then my moisturizer, I always go back to this. So this is from Viva. It's a local company from Vancouver, and they just they do all natural as well. So I love this moisturizer. This is called their collagen and kojic acid radiant cream. And that's it. Well, okay, I do put a toner, but it's also from Viva. It's just the only toner they have. I did buy this also because, like I said, I was breaking out after I came back from Vancouver. It's only starting to be okay now, but so I bought this acne targeted treatment because I was my skin was literally going crazy. Other than that, I also use this eye cream, and this is from Muco. I've been using this eye cream for many, many years now. I don't have so I can't talk, I can't really speak for the rest of my face, but for my eye area, I don't really have fine lines. I mean, they're very fine if I have lines. Like they're very, very, very fine lines, but I don't have like the crow's feet or whatever. And I don't know if it's because of this eye cream, because I've been using this eye cream forever. So like I said, this has broccoli sulforaphane extract. SPF, I've not been very good at it, but I try to be better now because my dark spot is like the one thing that I don't want to get worse. So I started using this Mad Hippie SPF serum. I like it. The consistency is great. It's very light. I just don't know if it's because my forehead has been breaking out, so like it's not liking it on the forehead. For the rest of my face is okay, so I don't know if you guys can recommend another one. Otherwise, I've always been using the Chantecaille Just Skin. So this is on days that I go out, like during the day, right? Like after moisturizing, then you put a little bit of SPF. So I sometimes just use that as my SPF, especially because it's still spring. It's not very, it's only starting to get a bit sunnier, but it's not terrible. We don't get a lot of sun, especially in the winter. It's the UV index is usually 1 or 0. It's literally, it's not even a thing. It's only starting to go to the 3 range right now, so I do have to start using SPF, but for 3, I think I can just get away with that one. But anyway, that's my skincare. And honestly, my skincare is very easy as well. I usually, like I said, just wash, moisturize, do all the eye cream. The only serum I added is the microdosing retinol, and that's it. That's it. Okay, Shivan Chi. What is actually happening to the luxury industry? How is it going to survive? Is this the last question, or do we have another one? Let me see. I think we might have another one. Okay. What is happening? I think the luxury industry is, I mean, I'm not an economist. I'm also not a business person. I'm not a businessman, so I don't know if my answer is very good. but I can just give you my 2 cents of what I'm thinking. I feel like the luxury industry is just like what the economy is doing. Everything is related, right? So like because of the instability, political instability, and then um, there's a bit of recession, and people are kind of not spending as much even on their day-to-day essentials. People are cutting back on eating out, or um, people are feeling the political instability. Therefore, they're also trying to be more reserved with their money, and so it all is like a like domino effect, right? So if that's happening to the regular economy, imagine the luxury, right? It's gonna mirror that somewhat. It may not be as bad, or depends how you look at it. Although I guess like it's slowing down as well, because if your spending pattern is just cut down and lowered, you might do the same thing for luxury. It also depends on your own financial situation, right? I feel like there's definitely a lot of people that spend on luxury, but there's different categories, right? There's the middle class, like they have a profession, they have a they are professionals, they have a good salary, and they can afford the luxury here and there, right? They may save up for a very expensive item, but they are able to afford it. And then there's, of course, the people that can just afford it, right? The smaller top percentage, they will be maybe less affected. Like they may not change their buying behavior as quickly. They will maybe adjust, but not as drastically as the bulk of people that are here in the middle. So on the business side of things, they are going to see a decline in revenue, right? It's just normal. Is it gonna die? I don't think so. Like, I feel like they're all gonna be able to survive. I'm sure they've survived worse, and although it's premature, or I cannot foresee the economy. Like I said, I'm not an economist. I'm not even a business person, so I'm like the worst person to ask. But I just feel like they are probably gonna be fine. They will also find ways to mitigate that on their end, right? Whether it's to do different kinds of more exciting launches to really excite the target market, or maybe they are just going to sell different products, maybe a different price range of products to to compensate the higher prices items that people are maybe not as readily able to buy or want to buy right away. You know what I mean? So I feel like it's going to be fine. Long term wise, right? Like the recession is affecting everyone. But it always comes back. Like there's always going to be an up and a down. Like it's always like that, right? What do they call it? They call it like an adjust. I'm not a financial person, but there's like an adjustment. Like, even if you look at the like the stock market, there may be like it goes up, but then it comes back down, but then it goes back up. So it's always, in the end, the trend is still trending up, but like there's always going to be dips in between. What do they call that? Forget what they call that. Anyway, I took some personal finance, but that's the extent of my knowledge. I'm not the right person to ask this. Okay. Thank you for the question. Let me share my next set of questions. I think this is the last set, but I told you there was a lot today. Okay. Wally R17, what are your thoughts on a VCA? Would you add any of their jewelry to your collection? I think their jewelry is so pretty. It's so feminine. It's very nice. Would I add any? Not at the moment, and I also don't really have anything on my wish list that is from VCA. I know a lot of people like their like even just like the little sweetheart necklace or the earrings, right, with the Alhambra, or a lot of people like their five motif bracelets. Like all of those are so nice. At one point, I was considering the Perlé um, bangle, only because one of my subscriber, he's a member as well. He kept encouraging me to get that. He really, really thinks that I would love it. I did try it. I did want to try it, but my store didn't have any stock whatsoever. So it was kind of unfortunate. And then I just went that one time and I never really went back because yeah, I don't really have a hard wish list for VCA. I would never say never. I just think that their jewelry is so pretty. It's very feminine. And I I'm glad I don't have a wish list right now because I have enough other wish lists to work on, but I think it's really lovely. Anne Marie, what do you think? Oh, what do you or your hubby do? Why did you choose to leave Montreal? XO. Oh, okay. I won't talk about my hubby. I think I mean, you guys know he doesn't even like it when he's like in my videos. Like he doesn't even he's not shy or anything, but he's pre social media era type of people. He's not into it. So I won't talk about him. But for me, I've always said, and I think it's everyone knows, I am IT professional. I know it's broad. So I do have an undergrad in computer science, and one of my first jobs is software engineer internship for like I did the co-op program. So I did a lot of that at the beginning. Didn't love it. I didn't tell my boss because he was so nice, but like that's why I didn't return. But yeah, it was such a great company. It would have been great to work for them long term, but I didn't want to do that. So currently I manage projects still within the IT industry. But you guys know, right? IT is in everything. Um, yeah, that's what I can tell you. Why did I leave Montreal? You know what? It just so happened that I fell in love with Vancouver. So, I didn't know anything about Vancouver before, but I mean, it's a long time ago. So, my ex, a long time ago, he used to be from here, and then so I visited here with him at the time, and then literally fell in love with Vancouver. And then my brother, separate times, but my brother also has friends here, and then he came on his own to visit as well, like visit friends, and he fell in love with Vancouver. So we both ended up falling in love with Vancouver. The food, the weather, um, culturally is a little different. I would say Vancouver is more closer to it's not quite LA, but it's definitely closer to like West Coast lifestyle, whereas East Coast is more European-ish. So there's a little bit of difference here. There's a very huge Asian influence here. Like I want to say like Chinese, Hong Kong, very heavy. Like there's a lot of people that look like me here. So I feel like I also feel like I belong. I don't know. I just fell in love with Vancouver. The food is amazing. Um, that's one of the reasons why my parents love to visit because they love the food here. It's always about eating when they come here. So that's why I decided to move here. Um, and then my brother moved here too because he also fell in love with Vancouver. So it's kind of funny that we both ended up moving here. Emery, yes, shout out. What is your must-have designer bag if you can only pick one? Oh, That's a hard one because I was just telling you that my favorite is this bag because this is literally the easiest bag to use, right? The 22 mini is literally the best, easiest, um, in my mind, favorite for that reason because it's practical, it's easy, it's carefree. It's one of those like I just don't think about it, and it just so happened to be a Chanel. But if I have to, like, I feel like when I read this question is a little bit different. The way I see it is like choose one that you love, but you don't necessarily wear it all the time. That's how I see it. It's a must-have. I feel like in this case, I'm juggling. I'm juggling between the Mini Kelly and the Kelly 25. I don't know. I feel like I have to go for. Oh my gosh, I don't know. I want to say both, but maybe I'll just pick the Mini Kelly for this question. I know I'm answering like a different bag in each question. It's kind of funny. But I also really love the Mini Kelly. It's one of those things that even if I know I can't wear it all the time because it really literally fits nothing, but I need to have one. So for me, that's how I see this question. It's a must-have. It's useless. It's a useless bag. It's only useful when I really need to look cute, but I really want to have it. So that's the one I'm picking. Oh, and speaking of, I just need to shout out to them because I literally, not kidding, I just received this package today. And so I just have to plug it. I mean, it's so fun. So I received, it's from Emery. You guys know that I love using their, so I use the protector on the side for the Chanel 22. I mean, you do you, but I highly recommend that you get it because it literally saves your bag. But she or Emery, the company, they just launched this. So it's a cute little charm. It's just a little charm. It's really just a charm. It doesn't do anything else. It doesn't. You can't put a tag in it or anything. It just looks cute, and it's made of vachetta. So this is newly launched on their website. And then I saw this and I was like, oh, send me one of these so that I can see what it is like. And it's just like a little cutie bear. But what I was really impressed by is the little clip. Because sometimes I need to clip my hat or my gloves or whatever. And then you've got a little clip. And it just so happens that it's like a little bear. And this is got 2 colors. They have like 4 colors, I think. I got 2 of them. These are so cute. And these are just so affordable on their site. Anyway, I will try to remember to link it. I'll link it down below. I have to try to remember that. You guys can always use my code FA10. So FA, like fashionably Amy. So FA10 to save 10%. But yeah, it's so cute. So I had to shout out to them. Okay, let's try to finish this Q&A because I've been talking forever. Okay, Katie Cuddles, what is your favorite brand for dresses at the moment? So it used to be Self-Portrait. I still like them. I just haven't been crazy about their latest designs. I definitely like their designs back then more. Mind you, I have rehomed a lot of my dresses because I don't know. Their cutting is definitely very tricky. I feel like if you just even eat and you have a full belly, you won't be able to breathe. I guess because my body type is very straight as well. So the size that fits me, I can't really go a size up because then otherwise it will be too big here and then too big here, but then it'll fit on the waist. You know what I mean? So like I did rehome a bunch of them because they were just not super comfortable when I have to, like when I wear a nice dress, I want to, go to an event or go out with friends and you guys, when you go out, you end up eating usually. And I just feel so uncomfortable after I eat. So it used to be Self-Portrait. I do still have a couple, but I did rehome most of it. I want to say for now, I'm not sure what brand dresses I'm really into, but I love wearing skirts. and especially silk, because I think I like wearing separates more now. Like I still love the little kind of tube tops or tank tops that are cut out with a corset cut out. It's not a real corset, it's a fake corset, but it's just the cutout. I love wearing those tanks in the summer because they're just so easy, breathable, and they're stretchy. So eat all you want. And then I just throw on a pair of shorts or skirts. And I find silk skirts very easy and flattering. They literally work on every body type. Get the ones with the elastics. You guys probably see a lot of skirts that I've already featured on this channel. There's just so many of them. I love the flowy ones, but I also love the ones that have like it's more of a streamlined silhouette with a glossy like a glossy finish. It just looks so elegant, and yet even though you're wearing a little tube top or tank top, it doesn't look too casual, and that's the vibe that I'm really into right now. Just comfort and just it still looks and feels expensive, if that makes sense. And then I just throw on a jacket, like literally if I'm casual, I would throw on something like this or I throw on a blazer. That's my favorite look. So dress, I'm not sure at this point. But I used to love self-portrait for sure. Okay, I think there's 2 more question. When do we get to see your next MK? It's due. I know, it's definitely due. I've been waiting, but you guys will be the first to know. Um, I don't know. I really hope soon, but yeah. And then finally, by Yelena, what would you suggest for next Hermes bag? I have a Kelly 25 gold and Constance 18 noir. Ah, okay. I'm not sure what you're into though, but how about a Birkin 25? Unless you're not into the little like the little handle, and then it's always you lose an arm. So if you're not into the Birkin 25, I feel like you like small bags because you only have 25 and 18. What about the Picotin 18 mini bolly? I'm just throwing you all the stuff that I like. Or even another Kelly 25. Honestly, I would love to get another Kelly 25 myself. I would try the different stitching. That would be my choice because you cannot go wrong with Kellys, right? I know not everyone's into the mini Kelly because they really don't fit much, and it's a big investment to get to one. But if you don't mind the Birkin, get the BKC. That's my suggestion. And then color wise, I mean, maybe you can get it. I've always loved the Birkin 25 in gris éteint. So éteint, like the color, what do people call it? People call it étain. It's not étain, but that's what they say. The éteint, right? The really nice kind of gray that's it's not elephant gray. It's slightly taupey, but it's definitely still gray. That color is really nice with rose gold or any hardware, but rose gold in that color, so nice. How about that one? Okay. Okay, it's 7:40. I will be heading to my next live stream in 20 minutes, but let me just see what else you have here on the chat from Eric. Tell us your thoughts on TikTok trend videos about Hermes made in China. Oh, oh yeah, I saw a few of those. I don't know what to believe. Am I? Um, I saw You guys know I'm not into okay, I just it's my personal choice. My personal choice is to not participate in gossip. I don't like to use other people's pain points to make videos, to make response videos. That's just not my jam. I wouldn't like it if someone did that to me, so I wouldn't do it to someone else. And I just don't really watch I know this is like a trend, rumor, and slash, I don't know, exposing the truth. But then also at the same time, I'm just kind of not sure if I believe it. And maybe I frankly don't care. I mean, I'm indifferent. So, but I did see a couple of videos on it. I saw Jerusha's response. Shout out to Jerusha. I agree with her. And not just because I love Jerusha, but it's not because of that. I think it's true that at the end of the day, right? Like sure, it would be unethical if the bag says made in France and then it's not. That would just be totally wrong. Unless there's just some sort of loophole and you just need to finish it, like your last destination has to be that country, then you can slop on that country's name made in that country, right? Unless that's the loophole and that's what they're doing, then I guess what can you do? You still want to buy their bags. Therefore, does it really matter that what happened before that? Like maybe it went through all these different hands in different countries just to get to the last one, and then they slap on the made in France, but it's really just made in China. Um, does that really matter if you really want the bag? And that's what I'm trying to say. Like, I guess to me, it doesn't matter. I think for me, and you guys know that, right? I'm so picky with my bags, with the items that I accept. I look at everything. If there's something that doesn't look right, and I do a little bit of sewing myself, so I know when something looks off, right? So, I would just not accept it. If it looks like a defect to me, I'll point it out or I just won't take it. So, at the end of the day, if the bag that I'm offered, that I'm about to buy looks perfect to me, I'm okay with it. So, yeah, if they really were made in China, then all the power. I mean, I'm Chinese myself, and it's so true. Like I saw another video, so that's not related to luxury, but it's sort of like another podcast, and it was an interview with this person who's like, you know, he has a lot of authority with business and like with import exports, and he he was asked, I don't remember their names, sorry, I can't quote you which video it is. I just watch a lot of podcasts or listen to a lot of podcasts. So, but basically what was said was, you know, he was asked what he thinks of, you know, let's say iPhone, let's say, right? iPhones being made in USA now. What do you think of that? And his response, and I loved it, and it's so true. His response is that it's impossible because the reasons why they're made in China is not just the cost. It's not just because the labor is lower there, the labor costs. It's also the skills because apparently to put together little chips and little like you know how an iPhone is, right? It's this big, but then there's a lot of components and it's all computers. Um, to put together those things, it's very delicate and you need skilled small hands to do. And apparently, allegedly, that's what he said. They employ a lot of very small, petite ladies to do that because they have very small hands and they have the dexterity to do that. And they also have the manpower to do that, like to be able to do the same thing in America, apparently it's just not possible. And also you just the scale of it, you just how do you find that manpower and skill? And nobody would work at that kind of wage to put together iPhones and to produce the same quality of product at that cost. So I was, I totally agreed. It just makes sense, right? You don't have to be an economist to understand that. It just makes sense. So to go back to your trend video about men's made in China, it's similar, not the same, but it's similar. You know what I mean? Like if it had to go through all these hands from different countries just to get it done, so be it. I doubt it, but you know what I mean, right? Like, yeah, that's my thoughts. And at the end of the day, I'm not that deep. Like I don't care. If they look perfect to me, I'll take it. Thank you. Yes, thank you, MC. I know it's been 10 years. It's crazy. I didn't start with luxury videos, but it's still my channel has been open for 10 years. Crazy. Here. Two ladies in the USA had their global entry revoked because they lied about luxury purchases made in Paris. Purse Bob reported on it. Yeah, be forthright, be prepared, be honest. Just be upfront, tell them. Like, I know it hurts when they're like, okay, now you owe $600 or 1,000, whatever. But you're better off paying that than to be revoked, blacklisted, and will forever be traveling and just have so much headache back and forth. You don't want that. Yes, for the love of bags. Yes. You know what? You guys will be the first to know, members. If I am going to the States, I'll try to meet up with you guys for sure. Like, you guys know how I plan my trips, right? It's very ad hoc. If one day I decide, okay, I'm just gonna book it, then you guys will know. Uh, yes, I agree. I don't get sick of luxury. I get sick of the prices. Yes, I 100% agree. I think for me the same. I feel like there is a point where I'm like, okay, how much more can we take, right? How much more can we just I mean, save is not the issue. Saving money is not issue. It's like at one point, it's just ridiculous to pour that kind of money into these very frivolous things. And I think it's our own guilt that makes us sick of it. But yeah, luxury, never. I would not be. I love my bags and my ready to wear shoes so much, jewelry, too much to just be sick of it. Like, I would be the last person on any platform and in real life where you'll see I'm selling everything. That's just not me. I just won't do it. I love it too much. There's just things that you need to enjoy just for the sake of enjoying and not think about it too much. It's not that serious. At the end of the day, you cannot take all your money to your grave. And so, what is the point of just saving it all up and then have no more health and time to enjoy them? I'm not saying go crazy, but there's a bit of a balance that you can play with, right? There's a bit of discretion. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, I only have 10 minutes to get a little bathroom break from my next live stream, but wow, over an hour and a half. Thank you all for your questions and awesome. I'll be doing a next one maybe in a few weeks. Thanks for your questions, and I hope you guys have a great weekend, long weekend. I went to vote today. I did my early voting, so I'm gonna have a great, nice long weekend. But anyway, I'll see you guys either in 10 minutes for the members, or I'll see you guys next week. Bye.